Hi, I'm Kat Joseph with the Paisano. I interviewed students and discovered what they're watching. Find out what character best represents them. What is your current favorite TV show?
What I'm watching right now is Narcos and Ozark.
My current favorite TV show would be Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I like it because it's a lot of drama and it keeps me laughing.
I like Broad City and Game of Thrones and John Oliver Tonight.
It's called BuzzFeed Unsolved, where they look at like mysterious disappearances or like mysterious murders that are unsolved. And like they have one guy that like he doesn't believe any of the stories and he's like, oh, it's a bunch of lies, and the other guy's like trying to like convince him like, oh, it's true and true. And it's just funny watching him like laugh about it and stuff.
I'll go with Sherlock. I love the intelligence, the wittiness, and how every episode feeds off another episode. It's just a great series. I love the writing. I love everything about it.
I love how they incorporate new technology and it's a
modern Sherlock as opposed to ancient old school detective carrying a magnifying glass. Yeah, I love what they did with it.
What is your all-time favorite TV show?
Dragon Ball Z.
The Walking Dead. Love the apocalyptic scenario. Love seeing how society either comes together or falls apart or crumbles, and I try to envision myself in those scenarios and try to figure out how I would react in those, and it's just fun to sit and think about. Of course, it's all hypothetical. I'm sure I would really run and scream and cry, but it's fun.
Same.
All-time favorite TV show is seasonal, so I would say Teen Wolf.
Oh, Game of Thrones. Yeah, Game of Thrones. I think that's all time.
How I Met Your Mother. I binged watched that for a long time.
What new shows are you watching?
All of the DC shows on CW. I love those. Arrow, Flash, Legends, Supergirl. Those are the ones that I probably look forward to the most over the summer, and they're all coming back in the next few weeks, and can't wait to watch those.
They're amazing. They differ from the characters, but in great ways.
Right, yeah. They again, it's more modern. They revamped it to modern society, and it's just fun stories to follow, you know?
New shows I'm watching Power, Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink, everything on VH1. I'll watch Teen Mom.
I watched The Man in the High Castle on Amazon.
It's Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman, and like they talk about like theories like that no one can explain, like is robots gonna take over us? Is God real? Family Guy, a lot of Family Guy. Oh, Rick and Morty, that's a new show.
What old shows have you discovered or are rewatching?
I actually never got into like Dexter when it was like really popular.
I've discovered Saved by the Bell. That's about the only old show. And Martin and Sanford and Son. Those are the only ones I actually watch.
I love Sanford and Son.
I recently discovered two new shows, Friends and Grey's Anatomy. They're really old. I barely discovered them.
Grey's Anatomy is still going on.
Really?
Yes. Most of the original cast is gone. I believe 2 characters are still there.
The Office. I didn't start that till about a year ago. I finished it in about a month, and right now I'm currently on the 3rd season for the 3rd time. Yeah, it's one of those shows that you can watch over and over and over again, and it'll never get old. It doesn't matter if you know it word for word. It's the delivery, it's the acting, it's the characters that makes the show, not so much the content, but the people in it. That's just phenomenal.
What unpopular shows do you enjoy watching?
Okay, I don't think no one knows this show. Modern Marvels. You know how it's made is just like a narrator talking? Well, in Modern Marvels, like they show you like the beginning of it and like why the purpose of it was, and then it shows it being made, and then like it shows how like people actually use it in the real world and stuff.
One of my favorites from before is Spartacus. It's very unpopular in the sense that it's all gore and sex, and that's just part of the story, and that's really how it was back in those days, that nobody knew about the diseases that could come or how violent they were actually being. Those were the times, and nobody really knows much about that time period. Not even that Spartacus is based on a true story. Like a lot of people think it's just for Hollywood, but it's actually a lot of truth into everything that they go over in that show. It's fascinating. I love it.
What TV show was canceled too soon?
It's a show on Netflix. It was called Hemlock Grove. It was interesting, but it got canceled after I think like the first season. It was kind of sad.
Oh, Firefly, hands down. That was every episode sucks you in more to where you have to watch the next one and you have to watch the next one. And even when the last one ended, they didn't know that they weren't getting picked up, so they kind of left it on a cliffhanger. And they made up for it by making a movie, and the movie Serenity was great. But there's still so much left that they need to tell.
I think Breaking Bad. I think it could have gone on for more, but I mean, I guess, you know, it's got to end somewhere.
Which TV character best represents you?
Depending on the day, I guess like the two girls from Broad City, like just chill, I guess, for sure. But yeah, that for sure. I'm just kind of like a happy go-getter.
Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, because I always saw him, like, he would always be really disappointed in himself when, like, he would, like, fail at something, and he'd, like, go train really hard, like, oh, I need to prove to them that I really am powerful, I am strong, and, like, I just related that to, like, all my life, like, if you fail, like, at a test or something, study even harder for the next upcoming, you know, just don't let failing hold you back.
Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
I have to go with Cisco from The Flash. His quirkiness, he's a tech geek. I'm a tech geek. I love all the technology, and he always wears the coolest shirts. And today I had to pick the Hakuna Matata. Cisco, he's just a funny guy. He's very clever, very witty, very smart, and very powerful, and he doesn't really know that yet. And it's kind of what I'm looking for, honestly, is where I'm going to go in the rest of my life. And I appreciate that from Cisco.
Are you into puns?
Oh, yes. That's me and my girlfriend. It's every day she has to have a pun, and then I have to one-up it, and then we have a little whiteboard. We always leave a pun for the other one to see when we get home.
Thanks for watching. Click our logo to subscribe, or click one of the videos for more from the Paisano. Leave a comment letting us know your thoughts and what you'd like to see us cover next.